So today we're looking at Unit 2, Lesson 8, which is comparing relationships. With equations. Nope, that goes on page 32. And on your screen, you should see 8.1, and I want you to make a T-chart. Notice, wonder, bless you. So I want you to look at that picture of 3 rectangles. I want you to list something you notice and something you wonder. And the wonder can be like anything. What do you wonder about that? The numbers, the size, the picture. So come up with one notice and one wonder. If you've got a couple of them, write them all down. Can anybody not click on it? Being written down. All right, someone raise your hand. Give me a notice. Megan, what was something you noticed?
The rectangles, like on like the top layer,
Mm-hmm.
they're going by threes.
going by threes, okay? So not the height, the width, okay? So the width is increasing by 3. Raiden?
I've noticed that it's just like a scale. Yeah, just like a scale. It's going smaller to the big, and it's the same with that table, but just smaller.
Okay, so if it's 1 by 3, then it's 2 by 6, then it's 3 by 9. So what's happening with that? What would the scale factor be? 3, 6, 9. Raiden? Yep, so scale factor would be 3 because that's what it's changing by. So if we notice that about the width, what else can we say? What else is happening? Noah?
The length is increasing by 1.
Good job. The length is increasing by 1. Anybody have another one? Megan?
Like, what if this COP, like, does it get counted by saying that COP is also 3, or is that the same thing?
Scale factor, COP, and unit rate are all the same thing. Yep, so you are correct with that. All right, what about a wonder? I wonder. Megan,
What are we adding 1 to the sides?
why are we adding 1 to the sides?
Yeah.
Okay. Alex?
I'm wondering how the skill factor is 3 because doesn't it have to multiply, not add? Because to find the skill factor, you want to multiply by.
So it's 1 to 3, 2 to 6, so it's increasing every time. So if we did a chart, they would line up if you did unit rate.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of confused now.
So if we did length and width, and the length was 1 up, 3 over, and then we've got 2 and 6, then we've got 3 and 9. Does that make sense?
I was thinking that you would have really bottom, which is 3, and you would have to multiply instead of that.
Right. So all of these we're multiplying by 3 because whenever you solve for 1, that is the COP. So 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. So that would be the unit rate. Yep. Well, it is on a graph. So what could those squares make me think about? This is not the Megan show today. I need people trying, guys. Obviously, Megan needs some extra money in her account when I start putting money in tonight. Raiden? It can't be volume because it's 2D. Okay, so you're wondering what? Okay, so we can say how much does the area change? Can we come up with one more? Maybe similar to that? Eli? Okay, so we can say how much does the perimeter change and we got anything else? All right, I need you to now, same document, looking at, goes up to 8.2. All right, so it says, the other day you worked with converting meters, centimeters, and millimeters. Here are some more unit conversions. So all this is saying is we worked with changing things back and forth. So go ahead and make a little table, and you don't have to write temperature all the way out. You can put temp, and the first one is Celsius, and it gets an exponent of, just think of it as a 0. It doesn't go on the other side of it. The little circle comes first. And it's 4 lines long or tall. And then temp, Fahrenheit. And again, that's on your screen if you need to look at that. All right, and we've got 24 and 175. Ms. Thorne, does he have the document up? Yeah. Okay. All right, so they want us to use the equation F equals 9 over 5, we're going to do this first one together, C plus 32. All right, so the first thing I do is I've got to plug in some numbers, okay? So do we have any of the F's? No, that's what we're solving for, right? Okay, so we're going to plug in, using that formula, what we do know. So the first one is going to be F equals 9 over 5 times C. What's our first C in the chart?
20.
Does everybody see that? The first C in the chart.
9 over 5. 9 over 5.
How much is the first C in the chart? 20. Guys, I need you, like, with me. I know some of you are there, I know. And then the last part says plus 32, so we just tag that on there. So now we do order of operations. So somebody do 9 over 5 as a fraction times 20 for me. What do you get? So 9/5 times 20. You can check with the calculator.
36.
Even? All right, so we got 36. And then we bring the last part down, which is add 32. And then that's going to give us our final answer of 68. So that is going to be our first number in the chart.
Everybody see how you did that?
Okay, I want you to try the second one, 4. So do everything we just did, but in place of the 20, you're going to put a what? A 4. Michaela. Because it's part of the equation. They gave it to me. So when they give me an equation, I fill in the stuff that I have in the chart. If they give me something like these numbers, then they're already there. I just do what they say.
Who's our next number? Very good, Maddie. Look at right here. What's your next number? 4, right? Yeah. So if you want to do it in parentheses, you put 9 divided by 5, and then times 4. Okay, what'd you get? So what do we have here? 9/5, right?
Guys, I love formulas. This is pretty much algebra. When they give you a formula, you just plug in what you have and then solve it. That's all you do.
4,
They
right?
did the hard part. They came up with the equation. So all we do is plug in the numbers from the chart that we need to
Take that number,
replace
Maddie, and add 32.
and then solve it with PEMDAS.
Okay, so what do we got? Okay, so now we're gonna write that.
How many have an answer
Here.
for?
So you're gonna take 7.2.
What do we get?
Gotta finish it plus 32.
39 and 1/5.
39 and 1/5. Okay.
You can, that's just the fraction version, so you do 1/5, if you wanted to put it in fraction form.
So this being a temperature, I'm going to change that just to a decimal. So it's going to be 39.2. And then I think you can do the last one. So all you're doing is switching the 4 out for a what? 175.
Same thing, except for you're gonna put 175 right here, okay? So let's do it. So what, Maddie, then it over to what? Put in 5. What's our number? What are we gonna put in for C? 175, right? We don't have to, but if you're giving a fraction, and you wanna see it. Did you get it in? So we're taking 9/5 and C, right? So you can do it this way. What's my new C?
So if anyone needs to see how to do the last one, I've got my formula, so I'm going to plug in what they already gave me.
Ben, you good?
C is 175.
Oh, so what'd you get?
Someone tell me, what is 9 over 5 times 175, Eli?
32.
Huh? 300 what? 315 plus 32, Megan? 347? All right.
47 is your final answer.
We all good with that?
Do you guys get all that? All you gotta do is just plug it in. It tells you where to plug it in.
All right.
Did you get it?
I'm going to the next page, but if you still have room, you can stay on that page. All right, look at number 2. It says use the equation C equals 2.54n. And what do we remember about a number next to a letter? That always means multiply. Centimeters and n represents the length in inches. So we need to complete the table. So we need to do 4 and 2. We got length in inches and length in centimeters. And they gave us 10, 8, and 3.5. All right, so they want us to use this time C equals 2.54n. So we're going to do the same thing we just did.
C Swan. Stick your head up and write.
So this is our C, this is our n, because they told us that.
Okay. So let's write this formula out.
All right, so C is what we don't know. So I'm going to do C equals 2.54n. So I've got C equals 2.54 times what? Our first n is in the chart as 10. Good job. So now all I do is multiply that, and what does that give me as my first C? J. 25.4. Do we agree with that? All right. Second one, 2.54 in again. So we got C equals 2.54 times what? 8. And then that's going to give me C equals, Alex? Good, 20.32, 32 hundredths. And I want you to do the last one on your own. If the fraction messes you up, just change it to a decimal.
Alright, so let's plug these in.
Just getting easier?
All you gotta do is just plug it into your phone. Hey, right here with me. 2.54 times 8, right? Up, come on down. Put it right there. Now, we gotta do this one. Plug it in.
And what do we get for the last one? 8.3? 8.89? We all agree at 8.89? Good. All right. Jump down to 8.4.
All we're gonna do is just plug it in.
Got one more thing to look at, and then we're going to do some practice problems as a group, or at your tables.
Alright, so let's go down to 8.4. Here we are.
All right. So, number one wants us to predict. We ready? Wants us to look at those equations and predict which one will represent a proportional relationship. And there might be more than one. So I want you to look at those and think about what type of equations have we been talking about the past 2 weeks? What have we been using to give us a proportional relationship? Raiden, what do you think? Multiplication, division, okay. So, what can we say? So, which ones are we thinking? Megan?
One of them went down my head when I saw it. I was looking at the numbers.
You good? What was that? What did we use for the charts? Y divided by X. Okay. So if this is Y equals, we would do the opposite. So if we've got Y equals, what can I do to flip that around? Megan?
It would be y equals 4x because you would multiply 4 times x.
Okay, Megan thinks Y equals 4X would work. So 4 times X equals Y. Okay, what else can we come up with? Jeremy? I didn't hear you, Jeremy. Which one did you say? X over 4? X over 4? Why do you think that one? Well, here we're multiplying them. Here we're dividing it. Why would that work? You're right. I'm just asking you, why would that work? Okay, I know what you're saying. So the x is on top, so we're going to end up dividing x by 4, and that's going to give us our y for the chart, correct? Okay. 8 points. All right, scroll down to number 2. We're going to look at 6 charts. All right, so the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 3. We've got x, we've got y, and we've got y over x, because we know that's the same thing as x divided by y divided by x, right? Yeah. All right, so number 1, we've got 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's all they gave us. That's all they gave us. And they gave us the equation y equals 4 plus x. Do we know what the y is? Do we have any y's? I'm about to call some random people. So I need everyone involved. Do we have any y's to plug in? No. Do we have any x's to plug in? That is what we use, okay? So we're going to do y equals 4 plus x. What's my first x in the chart? 2. So that's going to equal what's 4 plus 2?
Ooh, y'all have me scared. 4 plus 6.
Okay, and then it says to do y over x. What does that mean? Y over x.
What numbers you putting out there?
Divide. So y divided by x. So equals, we've got, what's our first y? Because now we got y's.
2 divided by 4.
No. Y divided by x.
Divided by 2.
6 divided by 2, which is 3. You guys have got to remember the y comes first when you're dividing. If not, it will be wrong. Okay? I want you and your table, if you need help, to do the next 3. But the equations are different. Do y'all see them? So try the second one. What does a number next to a letter mean to do? So that should not be difficult at all.
So are we doing all of them or just like the first one for all of them?
Just this chart.
Okay.
Just the second chart. Because you're just multiplying. Maddie, working?
Connor, where are you writing out?
Solve these problems.
Nice job.
Megan, the first chart. I don't know why I said the second chart. You're finishing the first chart. If you're doing the second one, do the second one. Keep going. Because we're going to do both. So that was my fault, but do whatever one you're working on.
What?
Nothing. Who's done with the first chart?
Okay.
All right, let's see how we did. What did our first y turn out to be?
6. For this one, what am I gonna say?
Thanks, Aiden. How many agree with that? With 6? Aiden, if 2 is 6, 3 is going to be 7. Because we're doing 4 plus x. What is 3 plus 4? 7. Okay, so then we've got 7 divided by 3, and we get what? So we can say 2 1/3 because it's a repeating decimal. All right, 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 divided by 4 is? Okay. 4 plus 5 is? And 9 divided by 5 is? And if you did 1 4/5, that's fine too. What am I doing in this one? Look at the one I'm pointing at. What does this mean to do? Everybody should know this. Your study guide is tomorrow, your test is Wednesday. Everybody should know a number next to a letter means what? Multiply. Okay. A number above another number or letters means to divide. Okay. So we're going to fill in those 2 charts. We're going to do those because they are 3 other types of charts, but we're not going to do those 3, but we're going to list them. So I want you in your table to finish these 2. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes, and then we're going to talk about the other 3, and then that will pretty much be it. We'll put our summary in for the day. So work on these last 2, and then yep, number 2 and number 3. It's about 5 minutes.
Alright, man. What do we do?
Okay, I did the first line for you. So you're just plugging in to multiply.
We didn't get this one? Alright, we're just plugging it in. 4 times x, so 4 times what? Right there. Okay, now we're gonna take y over x.
I was taught that you 4 times 4 when it's like that. Yeah, you're plugging in x, which is, are you on the 4 for that row?
I was doing that. You got me for that one.
So a letter next to a number means to multiply. So you're going to put the first x right here. So 4 times 2 is going to be 8. Mm-hmm.
Try again. 20 divided by 5. Hey, stop talking it right. Almost done. Are you plugging it in your calculator?
What you got? Mm-hmm.
4 over 5 over 6 over 5.
4 over 5. That's all you're gonna put because that is as simplified as it
Alright,
gets.
write down the next.
Yep, good job, buddy.
Cheat.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and start because I see some side conversations going on. So let's start. So we are doing 4 times x. So what is 4 times 3? 4 times 3. 4 times 3.
12.
Come on, guys. 8 times 4.
16.
32. 32.
8 times 5.
How'd you get that?
It equals
8 times 4.
Oh, I just have to. I got 16. I got 3.
That's 60. Your third one down.
I got 16. It is.
We're not looking at 8. We're doing 4 times 4.
Looking at the wrong one.
I got so.
And then 8 times 4 times 5.
20.
4 times 5.
Okay, so now we're going to divide. What is 12 divided by 3? 16 divided by 4. 20 divided by 4. Okay, question. Is this first chart proportional?
Yes.
No. What about the second chart? Yes. Different means no. Same means yes. All right. So this last one we're going to do together and then talk about the other 3. So here we're dividing by 4. So 4 divided by 3 is,
1.333333.
so for that one, what would we do for this one? We would take 4 and divide by 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can leave it 4 over 3. Then we got 4, so that's going to be 4 divided by 4 is 4 divided by 4. Then we got 4 divided by 5.
How did you get 1? Oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, never mind. Sorry. I thought you were going to the division part.
All right, so now we're going to do y divided by x. So y is 4/3 divided by 3. 4/3 divided by 3. Alex. Is what? Four thirds divided by 3 is 4/9. One
If I did decimals,
Yep, decimals are fine.
2.25.
Check that, Megan. Okay, what is 1 divided by 4? Jeremy? Yep, 0.25, which is 1/4. And then number 5, we've got 4/5 divided by 5. 4/5 divided by 5. 4 over 25, yes. All right, so we have looked at 3 types of equations. So, types of equations. We've looked at y equals 4 plus x. Thank you guys. We've got y equals 4x. We've got y equals 4 over x. And we got 3 that we need to talk about. So x over 4, what would that mean to do?
Divide the x divided by 4.
Yep, so it's going to be x divided by 4. And remember, they're going to give you what the x is. Remember they gave us all the x's? So we would just plug it in right there. What if they say y equals 4 with a floating x? What does that mean to do?
X like times the 4 times whatever that number times like it's an I forgot the word for it.
Exponent.
Exponent. So you would just times that how many times it is.
So if the x was 3, what would this say? 4 to the 3rd power?
Yeah. So it would be 3
No.
be 4 times 3. No, 4 times 4 times 4.
Good, that means, so 3 as an exponent would mean 3 4s. So 4 times 4 times 4. And then the last one is opposite, x to the 4th power. So whatever the number is, you're going to put it there, and then the exponent stays 4. Now, they can use any variation there, but those are the 6 that we have looked at and gone over to practice. Now, I need you guys to put in your summary, and then we will finish up with the cool down.